Mr Speaker.
Mike Sabin.
Mr Speaker, I'm pleased to take the last call and also want to join in commending the Minister not only for this bill, sir, but for the work that she's done right through the Green Paper and White Paper process. Sir, I just want to cover off a few points because most of it has already been traversed, but this has been an issue that the can has been kicked down the road year upon year for many, many years. I remember the inquiry into James Whakaruru back in 1999 and the abhorrence that New Zealanders expressed at that stage, sir, and the conversations that have gone on since. And the conversations have amounted to a whole lot of hooey and not much dooey as far as I'm concerned, sir. And while that's been happening, over 50 children a year have been dying at the hands often of those who they rely on for their existence and protection, their caregivers and their parents, sir. And so what I saw in the Minister's efforts to actually make a substantial action-focused approach to this was the fact that she went out to the grassroots and she developed a bottom-up ownership of this issue. Because out there in community, not here in the halls of Parliament, out there in community, actually people know what's going on and they know where the deficits are, sir. They know the cracks through which those children are falling, notwithstanding the fact that so many agencies are often involved in the children who are most often abused and who end up dying, sir. And we've heard the argument raised, and sir, I commend the fact that all members across this House believe that we need to come together and put the politics to one side to resolve the issues. But I will not stand here and accept that members say, that it's turn this conversation into one about what they say is poverty, quote unquote, sir. Because there are many, many families, there are far more families in this country who are in challenging financial situations for a variety of reasons, who do not beat their children, who do not sexually violate them because of the fact that they may not earn what their neighbour does, sir. And the thing that really gets me, and it gets me from members like that over there, is that they will sit there and wax lyrical as they have for years upon years, as this can has been kicked further down the road, and yet they'll oppose every effort that this government makes to actually do what is most important in ensuring that families have more ability to spend the money. If they raise the argument that it's about poverty, then why vote against every effort to actually grow the economy? And if it's about jobs, then why vote against every effort that this Minister and this Select Committee has put in place to ensure that the focus for those that don't have work is on getting work and having the skills and the attitude to get into work? Because, sir, when I interviewed offenders who had abused, raped and murdered children, not once did they say to me, "Oh, well, Sir, the reason I've committed this offence is because I'm living in poverty." No, it was because they were living in a situation where they'd seen their parents and their parents' parents doing that. It was because they had lived in an environment where they had no education, they had no quality and no prospects for a future, sir. Again, areas that party will vote against. Our efforts to make sure that the 1 in 5 that aren't succeeding actually have a chance to succeed, sir, and because of substance abuse. And I'll bet the House that there's plenty of members on that side that are quite happy, and in fact Ian Les Galloway is one, who would be quite happy to see some more liberal approaches to what we see around drugs and alcohol, sir. So those are the reasons that they raised. Those are the reasons. So if the members on that side are genuine about the children of New Zealand, then stop voting against bills that are about ensuring the economy grows. Stop voting against bills that are about ensuring that welfare is given the opportunity, people on welfare are given the opportunity to get into work. Because otherwise those arguments are disingenuous. Sir, this bill provides an important fabric and a vehicle for change, and it does it for two reasons, sir. It does it because it provides leadership and accountability, a top-down process, which ultimately, through the Vicky system, through the Vulnerable Children's Information System, sir, it provides a bottom-up synchromesh with the vehicle of accountability and the direction that must come from a cohesive, collaborative, cross-government approach. And when you join the top-down with the bottom-up, sir, you get a result. Sir, I commend this bill. I commend the work of the Minister. And my challenge to those on the Select Committee is not to play politics, is actually to deal with what this bill is dealing with. And then we'll look forward to seeing you supporting us in growing the economy and bills that support that.
The debate has now concluded, so I'll put the question. The question is that the motion be agreed to. Those of that opinion will say aye. Aye. Contrary, no. The ayes have it.
Vulnerable Children Bill, first reading.
The question is that the Vulnerable Children Bill be considered by the Social Services Committee. Those of that opinion will say aye. Contrary, no. The ayes have it. Call on Government Order of the Day number 2.
Credit Contracts and Financial Services Law.